how y'all doing today? So I just want to do a kind of like a vlog video on my business credit journey, how I was able to start my handmade shop here in my town, Greenwood, South Carolina. So I want to take y'all on just a little vlog journey of my shop and talk to you guys about how I got my funding to get started with my business. So I usually open up my store at 10 a.m. So I'm here a little early, that way I can get this video done before anybody comes inside the shop. So I actually started my business, St. Purvis Handmade Fragrances, in July of 2020. At first, I was using my personal credit cards to fund my business. When I first started my business, all I had was candles and, well, actually I started with making room and linen sprays first, but as I was saying, I was funding the business with my personal credit cards. So whatever jars, whatever supplies I got, I was using my own personal cards. I won't lie to you guys, I did not understand how credit cards work. And even though I worked in banking, they don't teach you this type of stuff. This is stuff that you're gonna have to seek out on your own, because I never really understood the concept of not maxing out your credit cards. That's exactly what I did to fund my business. So the first business credit card that I applied for was the Capital One Spark card, because they said that card is one of the easiest cards to get when you are applying for business credit. Like, okay, my credit isn't bad. My credit score at the time probably was a little bit over 700. I tell you guys, I was declined for that card, even though I'm already a Capital One customer, because my cards were maxed out. And your credit score really doesn't matter if your credit utilization is not good when they actually look at your credit profile. So that's why I always say credit score doesn't always tell the picture. Credit score just show, okay, this is the score we're going to give you. And my credit would have been, you know, closer to 800 if I had not had cards that was close to being maxed out or at maxed out. I was declined for that card. So that was July of 2020. Got some more education and realized, okay, Starr, your credit report makes 30%, utilization makes 30% of your credit score. So you got to get those cards under the 30%. So that's what I did. I worked my butt off with my business, doing trade shows, events, and stuff like that, to pay those credit cards back under the utilization. And of course, I was still working at the bank, but I did not want to use my own personal savings to pay those cards off. So I was just working to get my business off the ground. Now I did wind up having to use some of my personal savings as well. So that's why, you know, trying to get business funding is so crucial. And I understand, and you all will know that if you are in business, because you wind up using your own personal money, your own personal credit to do that. So anyway, fast forward, 2021, same deal, was still using some personal credit. By that time, I had got my cards back under the utilization. My score had went up tremendously. So I was just, you know, reinvesting to expand my business, to have more products and stuff that I wanted to carry. Get all the way down to the end, I think it was like October or November of 2021. I was like, man, I really need to get some supplies, because Christmas is about to come around and I really need to get some jars and stuff like that. So I already was doing my ordering and stuff on Amazon Prime. Then they always kept asking me to apply. You know how it is. They'll pop up, apply for the Amazon Business Prime American Express card. So I was like, I mean, my credit isn't bad. I knew I had got my utilization down. I was like kind of scared, because I had just got turned down from Capital One, and that supposed to have been a card that should have been easy to get. But anyway, with more knowledge, I said, well, I'm just going to give it a shot. And so I was approved, and I did get that card. So this was my very first business credit card right here with the Amazon Prime American Express card. And they gave me a $3,000 limit. And I was like totally stoked. I was like, yes, I can get my jars. You know, everything's cool. Knew by the time I got everything in place, I was gonna make the money back. I could pay the cards off. And so exactly what I did, I made my money back, paid the card back off. Every time I used the card, I paid it right back off like clockwork. So this is the end of 2021. So by February of 2022, that's when this building came available. And one of the guys I knew that was in here before me, he was expanding. He was like, Starr, I know you've been looking for a little small shop for your business. And I got one, you know, the rent is affordable, blah, blah, blah. And so lo and behold, guys, I'm like, I didn't have the money from the business at that time because I had just reinvested the money to kick off my February, for Valentine's Day and stuff. So I had just reinvested, but I knew I had the credit card. So I went back on my American Express app, and lo and behold, overnight, they had increased my limit to $9,000. And I was like, what the world? So then I had the money to actually do everything I needed to do, get my signage outside, do everything that has to be done in order for you to have an actual, what they consider a brick and mortar business. And my license and all that type of stuff, I was able to fund it with this one American Express card that went from $3,000 to $9,000. So fast forward all the way up to where we at now, I have a little over $80,000 in business funding through multiple different credit cards that I got on the business side of credit. And all these cards that I have, they all report to the business side. So none of these cards are reporting on my personal credit. Once you get your utilization down on your personal side, make sure your payment history is really good. No late payments, guys. I'm telling you, it's crucial, because when you're trying to get business limits, they're going to look at your personal side in order to tell you what kind of limits that you're going to get on that side. And of course, on the business side, they're going to give you a lot higher limits because it's a business and they know that you're going to have higher expenses. So make sure that you are keeping your utilization, and I say between 2 and 4%. Everybody say at least under 30%, but I keep mine between 2 and 4%. Definitely under 10% to give you the maximum score that you can get, okay? It's very crucial. None of the credit cards that I have, except for one, and that's Capital on Tap, and I'm gonna do a video about that. That's the only credit card that actually looked at my Dun and Bradstreet score. All my other credit cards did not look at Dun and Bradstreet. They didn't care about my paydex score. They was just looking at my personal credit. And even the Capital on Tap, they did a soft pull. Like I said, I'm gonna do a video on it. But real talk, these people are looking at your personal credit, and you can really run up a bag if your utilization is low. Like legit, you can run up a bag, especially if your income is where it should be. When I got these cards, I had put my projected income to be like between 60K and 100K. But you really want to be careful with American Express, because if you go too high with American Express with your projected income, they may actually ask for documentation. So I've always heard to kind of stay, like, if you can't prove that you make 65,000, then you might not want to put over 65,000 with American Express, because they may ask for documentation. And if you can't provide documentation, then you will be blacklisted and you will never be able to apply for anything else with them. So just be on the air of caution with American Express. But all the other cards that I got was no documentation. But I'm gonna do videos for each one. I've already got some here on the channel that I will link in the description of some of the business credit cards that I've already reviewed on this channel. But it's crucial, guys. Make sure that you're keeping your personal credit in line, and that way you can get high limit credit cards on the business side, okay? Really hope that this video helped. If you have any questions, please leave me a comment down in the comment section. Also, I'm going to do some more business credit videos, as well as some of the steps that I did take to get my LLC and all those different type of things to help you guys with that as well. Like the video, subscribe, do all those good things. And if you have any credit questions, please email me at starrknowscredit@gmail.com. And that's with 2 R's, starrknowscredit@gmail.com. And also follow me on my socials. I really do appreciate your time. Y'all be blessed. Peace. I gotta take my babies outside. These are my strawberry plants. Let's see, this one's got a couple of them. This one's got a couple of them hanging out. It's so hot here in South Carolina that I don't like to leave them outside. And I leave these pothos out here, but I don't like to leave these strawberry plants out here because they're so easy to burn the leaves. So here I do almost all my handmade stuff. Like I make my candles here. I do all my body stuff at home because I make handmade soap. I make body butter, scrubs, and that type of thing. But I do mostly all my candle projects here in the shop. So Show you some of my products that's on the shelf. And then real quick over this area. This is like my little wellness area right here where I have like vitamins and I do aromatherapy and stuff like that. So I made handmade blends and I was able to get my own custom scent pergolas humidifiers done with business credit. Also getting my own wax warmers because of business credit, and this is my wax melt wall. So all these things that you see, even my own custom car air fresheners and stuff like that, it was because of business credit that I was able to get the funding to stock my store to get all this, because I get my jars from China. Like, I don't get my jars from candle places because they're way more expensive. So I get my jars from China. I get somebody here to engrave them with the laser. And so yeah, business credit really does come in handy when you are trying, especially when you're trying to expand your business.